Ya ma uda. What's goody to the goddess and the gods? And what's happening to the people? What's good, brethren? And like we always do about this town, I'm trying to get rid of my mess. Is what I'm trying to do. Come to other folk house and just start doing things. So either way, anywho, how you be? Woo! Y'all, Queen, peace, peace, peace. Queen Mother and the wife, peace, peace, peace. How y'all doing? Hey, look, we are going to super cook tonight. I got so much heat for you. We just gotta wait for everybody to take their time. Y'all don't be late when the white folks call you, but it's all right. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We ain't even gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. This damn hair. But we do got we got another. We had the debate last week, and we got another fire debate coming. I'm gonna keep the debates coming all 2023. Y'all gonna respect my scholarship round here. That's what's gonna happen. Cause I get tired of every time I come with some information, y'all want to run up on me like I just say stuff to say stuff, which is fine. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to this pressure cooker too. All 2023. All 2023, I'm putting scholars in the pressure cooker. If you my age, you know exactly what that means. If you young, you'll figure it out. It's pressure cookers 2023. That's what we calling it this year. And some of y'all gonna end up in that thing. Oh my goodness gracious. Boy, I tell you, ain't nobody told me I'm on Facebook in a hurry and then put the absolute wrong thing. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, we can't be making those type of mistakes. Woof. That was ugly. Okay. Daniel, you know you're always welcome to have a candid conversation, man. See, this is what I don't understand. Y'all say y'all wanna converse or y'all want to participate. For 6 months, every Sunday, I did talk yo shit. Open platform, told y'all to call in, come on the stage, all that. Y'all don't be coming. Every Sunday, not every Sunday. Now it's gonna be every other Sunday because Shinzira coming back with Wisconsin, and he only do every other Sunday. So the in between Sundays, I'm gonna do the calling in. So y'all just gotta get with it, man. But no, me and you, we could do something specific, Daniel. After the debate, we could do a follow up, and that's another thing too, Daniel. If you on every and this ain't just for this for anybody. Every Saturday on Clubhouse, we got the CMB Debate League Scholarship Saturday. So get on Clubhouse, go to New Jack City, and tap in. And then on Saturdays, on Fridays, it's Freestyle Friday, open to the public. On Saturdays, it's Scholarship Saturday. Sunday mornings is business class. Like, man, hey, y'all stop saying black folks don't do things, because we do. Y'all just don't come. We do things. You just got to show up sometime. How about that? Try that part. So either way it go, what Clubhouse at? What Clubhouse at? Is we going on Clubhouse or we going on Now we're gonna see what's cracking with Facebook. Where Clubhouse at, man? Okay, hold on. No, that ain't. Oh, I need a live. We going live, Jack. We going live. So now, either way it go, we gotta hold on. Facebook, that's the wrong direction. What the hell? Looking at the tables ain't never helped nobody. Is that how you reverse the screen? Nope. That ain't it. Oh, there you go, right there. Bow. Bow. All right, bag up off me, family. All right, now look. So yeah, hold on. Let me get back to my we just waiting on bodies. Oh yeah, just so y'all know, quit playing with me on Facebook. I got stars now. I don't do likes no more on Facebook. I got stars now. Drop your boy a star. Y'all so damn cheap. How do y'all come see me every week and that's you think I don't deserve nothing, huh? You think y'all just think I'm just here. He got it. We is not gonna support him. We don't care how he figure out his life. Just come teach us every week. That's all we got to do. That's how y'all. I don't understand what kind of relationship this is. I see all of these internet personalities. They able to live their life and just teach their people. Y'all gonna have me back to committing crime in a minute and shit. Y'all don't show me no love, man. What the hell? I got stars up here. Won't nobody give me none. Y'all won't even hit the like and hit the share. What the? I'm in the wrong. I'm finna get like what's the no, I can't say that. They're gonna ban me from my room and Clubhouse if I say that. Never mind. I ain't finna get like him because he be saying all the wrong shit. But maybe I need to tell jokes or something because y'all don't take me serious. Y'all like people to tell jokes and rappers. I can't be a rapper no more because if I become a rapper again, y'all will lose me permanently. Then y'all don't understand this rap life is hectic. You gotta do a bunch of stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing in this rap life. Rap life is difficult. So I gave the rap life up. I ain't gonna be no rapper. But I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I be feeling like I could make it as a comedian. Why y'all looking at me like that? I'm funny. I could tell jokes. Probably not your kind of jokes, but I could tell some. Either way it go. Y'all gonna have to show more support. Cause right now, I'm about 3 podcasts away from going back to gangbanging. Y'all just not very helpful. I'm gonna get like these. I'm gonna start clickbaiting. That's how I'm gonna get y'all. I see these girls on Twitter. My Twitter just keep popping up. I don't know none of these people because I don't go on Twitter. But all I see across the screen is, can I have your phone number? You look hot. Can I send you some money? Just be they look. You slide in there. Look, they said, look, one time they was like, can I send you $1,500? I'm like, hell yeah. I slide in Twitter, see what's going on. It's a long ass thread. People pissed. Talking about you shouldn't play with people's lives like that. You should be serious. Your account should be banned. Them people mad as hell. You can't offer people $1,500 and you just want to talk to them. What the hell kind of? You people weird. Y'all don't do anything. See, that's probably why I'm not successful on the social media because I don't believe in clickbait. I can't lie like that. I see what these other dudes do. My wives will kill me if I pull this shit, but I see you other dudes. Y'all take y'all story and you just put a real big booty twerking up there. And then somebody go up there to look at the big booty and you be like, Jordans, $5.99. Nobody want no Jordans. They try to see who booty that was. Y'all real crafty with that. But my wives will kill me. I ain't finna pull that shit. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to come up with something that won't get me killed. And I'm going to start clickbaiting y'all because y'all don't support proper. So I'm going to clickbait the shit out y'all. Y'all just going to be mad at me. So what? Y'all get mad at them for doing it, and then you go back and look at them again. And this is how I know you go back and look at them again. Because the same people that 1 year ago was putting booty girls in their story, and I know they trying to sell y'all some shit or get y'all to come to some shit, they still doing it a year later. So that means it's working. So y'all let them people clickbait y'all for a whole year and nobody cared. As soon as I do it, y'all gonna call me a fraud. I hate it here. I'm almost done my ice cream. Excuse me, y'all, but y'all don't feed me, so I gotta eat ice cream on the go and I'm barely surviving. This shit's hectic. If there's any gangs out there, never mind. My general gonna sit down and put me out. I take that back. Never mind. Scratch that. Can we get a you could take that out later, right? That's what's wrong with me. I just say shit. I don't edit or nothing. I need to go back, rewatch my shit, and take the shit out that white folks ain't gonna like. That would be most of the show. We wouldn't have nothing but like 2 little excerpts. Because white folks probably don't like most of the shit I say. That's fine. So now. Yeah, that is. Is religion bad for the melanated man and woman? Is on the way. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. I got one with a date on there somewhere, but that's it's April 14th. I'm gonna find the right one with the date on there and post it. It should be on my I posted it on my somewhere on my wall or somewhere on my page is that right there. So anyway, let's get cooking. First of all, I want to deal with this idiot. Now y'all probably saying, why am I calling Nick an idiot? Nick feels guilty about all those kids. I'll start by saying respectfully, I would love to Will Smith slap the shit out of Nick Cannon. Just, hey, what's going up? Bow! Hey, how you doing? Bow! Power to the bow! Bow! Why you knock my turban off? I'm sorry, y'all. I would slap Nick Cannon turban off. I swear. Listen, man. Listen. So, you came with the Cannons class, and you had your turban on, and you was doing your little pro-black videos. America don't care about us on the 4th of July. And yeah, you was. And coincidentally, that was right around the time that before being woke turned into a joke, when it was actually fly to say I'm woke, I'm conscious. Right around that time, all of a sudden, your goofy ass got pro-black. What a quinky dink. And so you did the Cannons class, and you was acting all pro-black and activated. Then you brought Professor Griff on the show. You said some shit you know you wasn't supposed to say. And immediately your ass disappeared like in a scary movie. And even though I'm talking about slapping shit out of you, I want you to know I was the only, and when I say only, I mean only black person on the internet looking for you. Nobody else gave a shit. We assumed they got you and your ass was dead meat. I figured by the time we sent you again, it was going to be a clone, which it still could be. So to the real Nick Cannon or the clone, whichever one I'm talking to, fuck you very much. And here's why I say that. Because you got on that show like a lot of black folks do, and you was pretending. The whole Cannons class, I'm pro-black shit, you was pretending. You was saying some shit. You was trying to pull our coat to some shit. And as soon as you said the wrong shit, they lost your ass. Which I'm not downing you for that. Here's my problem. You let somebody who convinced us for about 5 years that he was some form of pro-black. And then you come back and you let white folks convince you to do a fucking show about finding your next baby mama. You have 13 fucking children. And I don't know how many mothers, but I would like to guess it's over half. And you consented to doing a show about finding your next baby mama. And then in the midst of that, your dumbass gonna say you feel guilty about all the kids. He's trying to allude to feeling guilty about not being able to spend as much time as he could with him over the years because of his career. And y'all gonna say, what's wrong with that? If he felt so fucking guilty about not being able to spend time with his children because of how busy he is, then why the fuck do he keep making more children he's not gonna be able to spend time with? That's how you know he's running game. So, Nick Cannon is a motherfucking lie. He doesn't feel guilty about shit. And as I said, this might not even be the same Nick Cannon that left, because this Negro looks stressed out. All I know is this. If y'all remember, before the rapper Shorty Low passed away, he was about to do the same dumbass show with all his baby mamas and all his kids. And I think he had 13 or 11 or something to that effect. Do we not understand the reason why white folks would show a black man with 13 children and 5 or 6, 7, 8 baby mamas? They're giving you a check to make a mockery out of Black America. This says to Black America, look at how unstable you niggas are. You just go around sticking your penis in anything, making children and leaving them, and you don't care. This is the narrative already. So they're going to push that to America. And it's going to be the #1 show on MTV, and your dumb ass going to keep smiling with the check, and we're going to get to see all of your drama with your baby mamas. And like, this is Ratchet Fest 2023, and y'all going to watch it. And Nick Cannon, you should go into the kitchen, get you a tall glass, rinse it out, go to the freezer, drop 4 or 5 ice cubes in it, and have you a glass of bleach on the rocks, you silly fucker. Who in the hell? Listen, man, this is the ratchetest, nastiest, just pathetic ass hood shit. And he gonna partake in it, because this is how he apologized to them white folks for speaking out of turn. You know, you Negroes can't speak out of turn without getting smacked. So now, fuck you very much, Nick. Okay, we gonna get it was a lot of stuff that I wanted to deal with, but I don't think we're gonna have time. I'm gonna have to say some of this for next week, because it's a we got to get it cooking tonight. It's a lot. So what I want to do is I want to break down this Dr. Umar. He did it. I don't think it was an interview. I think it was a video he just did, like his own little personal video. And so I want y'all to see, excuse me, well, I don't want y'all to see, but I want us to just examine what happened, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it, and that's because I already had the week 1 show lined up, so I kind of had to put it on the back burner. But most people know. For those of you who don't know, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union Wade, or whatever the fuck their name is, she they with their son, who chooses to live as a daughter, got an NAACP Image Award. Let's fucking unpack that. So NAACP, National Association of Color Folk. It's amazing that we still call ourselves colored people, or that they haven't upgraded that name by now. Because colored people could be anybody, but whatever. Y'all tell me I shouldn't call us black, but you let the NAACP still use color. Like this is a couple years out of Jim Crow or some shit. But whatever, it's cool. Here's the real deal, though. So, the NAACP Image Awards. See, we got a peep game. 54th annual. NAACP Image Awards. And they gave Dwayne Wade and his wife and daughter the 54th annual Image Award. So when you see that, whose image are we talking about? We talk about black folks' image. So you're not understanding. It's this association, this NAACP, is outwardly looked at as an institution for the betterment of our people. So if this is an institution for the betterment of black people, then one just assumes that they know what's best for us, because that's what the organization is for. So if the organization is about knowing what's best for us, and they decide to give Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union the 54th annual Image Award for raising a transgender. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with that. Let me show you something. Before we get into this, let me show you something real quick. Let me show you how these people play. See, y'all, there's a lot of things y'all just look at it and don't pay attention, but I pay attention and look. So now let's deal with this. Caitlyn Jenner, Glamour Women of the Year 2015 acceptance speech. You see the daughter right there? Tonight's Glamour Women of the Year. Judith Light honored Caitlyn Jenner, presenting her with an award as tribute to her work. Whoa. You know why this is acceptable? Because women accept it. You live your entire existence with all of the struggles and hardships of being a woman, yet you have no problem with watching men pretend to be something they'll never be able to be. It's disrespectful to you. And here's what you don't see coming. And I'm slipping for not getting this article because I just thought of it. But here's what's coming. They got men that can get pregnant now. They figured out a way for men to get pregnant and carry the baby for terms. This is why Lil Nas X did his cover, Pregnant. They're pushing an agenda and an ideology. She was receiving the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage, one of the most prestigious awards in sports, not just for her athletic achievements, but for her very public struggle to come out as transgender. Wait a minute. The Arthur Ashe Courage Award for coming out as a man who would like to be a woman. Meanwhile, women are everywhere in abundance. There are great women of every race doing phenomenal things every day for the greater good. And we're giving the Arthur Ashe Courage Award to a man who would like to be a woman. And that's considered courage. Not confusing, courage. So, you're seeing it on the main stage. Glamour Girl, Woman of the Year, Arthur Ashe Courage Award. We better pay attention. It won't pay us. Let's get into the doc. Now let me see. Okay, I think this is. Oh, there go the numbers right there. Okay, it's a number. Here we go. Y'all on Facebook. Y'all know we on YouTube over here. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, but I'm finna turn it on. I'm finna start the visuals just so y'all know. All right. I'm finna kick it off right here. Y'all will be able to hear it, but the visuals is gonna be over on YouTube. Where we at? Okay, here we go. Let's get it. This right here.
Zaya, as your father, all I've wanted to do was get it right. I've sat back and watched how gracefully you've taken on the public scrutiny. And even though it's not easy, I watched you walk out of that house every morning as yourself. I admire how you've handled the ignorance in our world. I admire it that you face every day. To say that your village is proud of you is an understatement. Thank you for showing me that there's more than just one way to communicate effectively. You've taught me that communication with my mouth isn't enough. I have to also communicate with my 2 ears and my 2 eyes. As your father, my job isn't to create a version of myself or direct your future. My role is to be a facilitator to your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. You've made me a better human just simply by being who you were born to be, our baby girl, Zaya Wade.
I am here to talk about a very serious issue. I will not joke about it. There's nothing funny. A couple of days ago, Mr. Dwayne Wade and his beautiful wife, Gabrielle Union, accepted an NAACP Image Award on behalf of their biologically born son. Not Gabrielle's biologically born son, she's just the stepmother, but a child who was born Zion Wade as a biological male 15 years ago was just granted the legal right to change both his gender and his name. And this, for some, is a cause of celebration. Now, there's 2 comments that Dwayne Wade made in his acceptance speech that I'm having trouble with. And I want to say right from the gate, I'm not here to pile on to all of the other criticism that the Wades are receiving as a result of this situation. I feel how I feel, but I think I feel it for different reasons. Because as a statesman for the African race, any type of scheme or scam campaign, or agenda ran on African children that threatens the survival of our people is something I have to speak out against.
Uh, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So. Now, like I said, we not looking at see where y'all get off at, and I noticed this in a lot of discussions I be in, or a lot of discussions I have. As soon as I point out things like this for being a problem, you get statements made like, I don't care what the next person does. People got the right to live their life the way they want to. I don't judge people. I don't care. All of that. Yeah, all of that. And I think we say these things because on one end we think it's the right thing to say and we think we actually believe it. But the primary reason why we say these things because we've been programmed. So let's think about it. we say stuff like, I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. What type of person doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks? Just think about it. You know what kind of selfish prick you got to be to not give a fuck what anybody thinks? Just think about it. We say it all the time, though. you will literally see things out of place and condition yourself to not care. So let's look at this. When you see this thing, that we call, and let me put my little quick disclaimer in here. I'm not going to keep apologizing. We're going to speak freely tonight. So I'm saying now, I don't dislike any particular group on this planet except for the evil assholes that control us all and manipulate us all. So understand, anything you hear me speaking about, any group, any sexual set, any movement, whatever the case you hear me speak about, my whole focus is liberation of black people first and then the planet. So nothing I say is to harm anyone. The only people on this planet that I dislike, the only people on this planet that I dislike out of everybody on the planet, the only people I really dislike are the powers that be that control us all on puppet strings. Anything else, I'm just kicking information. So if you hear me say anything about transgender, homosexuality, LGBT, your race, your religion, any of that, if you're taking offense to what I'm saying, it's because you're not paying attention. Because I don't say anything for offense purposes. I talk to teach. So if you're getting offended, you're not learning. Just understand that. You can't do both at the same time. Either you learn or you have an emotional moment. Which one do you want to do? So when we having these conversations, we have to just so we can deal and get to. Sometimes we ring around the rosy so long we never get to the actual problem. Tonight we're gonna get to the bottom of shit. So now, first thing we have to do, we was talking about this the other day in Clubhouse, and say, what's the point once we get the information? Let's get the information, and I'm going to show you what the point is. Once we understand certain things, we can move different. So, for instance, it's a lack of information that allows black people to, first of all, accept transgenderism. Second of all, support it and promote it and push it on your children. You have to not understand things that most people would say, like one of the brothers said the other day, black folks know what the problem is. When we going to move forward? Family. The 54th annual NAACP Image Awards just gave an ex-basketball star, a failing actress, the Image Awards, 54th annual Image Awards, for raising a son that wants to be a daughter. And you're going to tell me we know what's going on? No, we don't. Because there's no uprising. Black folks everywhere should have lost their shit. But instead, y'all said, that ain't my business. They got the right to raise their son how they want. Man, you can't judge people. Y'all say all program bullshit. You can judge people, and you should. You do have the right to speak on every black person in the spotlight that makes a decision that affects black people. You should judge people. So these are lies. That who told you shouldn't judge people? Why? Why shouldn't you? If people behave in front of you, why shouldn't you have an opinion about it? You see how quick that worked? See how silly that sounds? You want me to look at someone do something right in front of me and formulate no opinion like a fucking robot. I'm not a robot. So anything my eyes visually see, my brain will take it in and I will respond. Unless I'm a fucking idiot or a robot. So that's the problem. You're so busy letting other people tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing, and you get confused. Watch how this thing works. People got the right to do whatever they want with their children. You're a fucking lie. Now, what you mean? What I just said, you're a fucking lie. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all still don't get it. Let me explain it to you as quick as possible. Whether you believe you're the chosen people by God, the Israelites, whether you believe you are an African that came from Africa and ended up here, whether you believe you're Aboriginal and you were already here, realistically, all three of y'all right. I don't know what the fuck you're arguing about, but whatever. Whether you believe either one of those stories, have your pick. I don't care which one you choose. Here's something that I do know. Whichever one of them scenarios you put yourself in, it ended with your ass whooped here in slavery. The end. So you can get Mr. Fancy Pants all you want to, and I'm a Moor. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm an Aboriginal. I'm African. All of that shit means nothing. You ended up with your ass whooped here. So let me explain what that means. If you and I both are running illegal shit on opposite ends of the block, you think you run the block, I think I run the block. If I come kick your door in and kill everybody in your house and snatch everything out, you know what I just did? That is a declaration of war. Unless you're soft as hell and you're just gonna let me keep whatever I took, in that case, then I just hit a lick. But it stands to reason if I do it to the point where you can see exactly who I am who just violated you. At some point, you're gonna seek revenge. What's my point? Wherever you was at, they kicked your ass and drug you here just like the rest of us. That was a declaration of war. Plain and simple. And I personally haven't seen any white man get on national news and say, hey, the war that we kicked off against the melanated man and woman is now over and we're giving everything back. I haven't seen that press conference. So your ass is still at war. Now that we established you're still at war, let's get to the point. You have a responsibility to your fucking people because this is a war. And since you're getting older and you're going to die pretty fucking soon, just like the rest of us, what strategy have you implemented to the youth? Wear dresses and overlook the situation we're in? Pop bottles, listen to rap music and chase Tatiana? Drive fancy cars, blow good reefer and pop pills? Hit the strip club and what? So you're wrong. You do have a fucking responsibility. Because we're currently getting our ass kicked and you look just like us. So at some point, you're going to have to do something. No, guess what? Your children are going to be fucking slaves. You can roll over in your grave and deal with that. You're either setting your children up to win the war or become slaves in it. Pick one. There's no alternative. You're at war. So you're either setting your children up to become slaves or to win the war. Pick one. Not because I say so, because wherever you was at, the white folk grabbed you and your people like they grabbed me and my people and drug our ass to here. It is what it is. You can cry about how we got here. I already won those debates. Now, I say that to say we're going to keep on cooking with Dr. Umar and listen to what he got to say. But I feel like he owned to something. Now, this is let me see. Let's go to 2.
I'm concerned that the NAACP, although a white-funded, founded, and controlled organization, I have a problem with the fact that the NAACP would give an award to a child and his family. I have a problem with the fact that the NAACP would give an award to a child and his family for undergoing mutilation of their reproductive organs. I have a problem with that. I have a problem. All the things black children are doing out here worthy of recognition. All of the things black children are doing out here worthy of recognition. All of the things black children are doing out here worthy of recognition. You have black children inventing things. You have black children scoring extremely high on these white racist standardized tests. You have black children saving people's lives. You have black children starting their own businesses and becoming multimillionaires. You have black children out here engaging in some of the greatest humanitarian work we have ever seen, but you don't award them. You don't highlight that. Instead, you highlight a confused child who has been allowed by parents and society to physically mutilate himself, destroy forever his God-given obligation to reproduce himself, and the NAACP is going to hold that example up as the example of a hero.
Yeah. What are we looking at, family? See, they like to put it in a space where they can cry attack. They can cry foul play. But watch this though. Most of y'all who rock with me been rocking with me for years. So it's probably somebody that could remember about a year and a half ago. I did a show, and I told y'all I did a show with Madonna's son and Magic Johnson's son, and I was telling y'all that this was about to turn full circle, because when we was at those rallies,
I'm concerned.
when we was at those rallies, I kept seeing at every Black Lives Matter rally, I started seeing Black and Trans Lives Matter. That wasn't there before. And and they would wait till they thought the Panthers wasn't looking, It was kids, high schoolers and shit. And when they think you ain't looking, they flip it to Black and Trans Lives Matter, and then flip it back so they had it on both sides. This is how a movement gets co-opted. And see, y'all think because everything is got to be so innocent to our thought process, so we think like it just started happening like that. No, Black Lives Matter was founded by 4 women, four homosexual and transgender women. So you got to think about what we're looking at. So founded by 4 Black homosexual transgender women. And then you see all through the movement, Black and Trans Lives Matter. And then you look at the when they had the website up, we was looking through the website and it wasn't saying nothing positive about Black men. Now, we have to see what's happening and stop always thinking everything is so fucking innocent. Remember, this is a war, okay? So now, if this is a war, wars go on for generations. Who is going to fight the next war? So, I'm 44, 45, I'm tripping. I'm 45. And so my kids are 20. Now, basically, they got to start preparing their children. So it'll be your grandchildren that are really going to take a stand for us if it's going to happen. So right now, you have to be preparing your grandchildren. You have to be building a portfolio of information so that you can be able to show your grandchildren the blueprint of which way to take this thing and what's going to be needed. Okay, if your sons are now deciding to wear dresses, you see how this thing works? In a real war, if you're my age and my sons are half my age, then we got to be honest. Shit's not going to get real ugly for about another 20, 30 years. I'll be old as hell. My kids will now be my age. They'll be talking like I'm talking, like it's almost over. So it'll be your grandchildren right now that will take a stand for justice. But how is that possible if they've convinced your sons to wear dresses? Because homosexual relationships cannot produce children. So when you say that I'm being biased or that I'm being against this movement, you're not paying attention. I'm against anyone who's against the liberation of Black people. And you cannot liberate yourself if you don't play for future generations. And you cannot play for future generations if we have now excused this behavior amongst ourselves. So now that we think it's okay to do this, we have not foreseen the fact that this means they have using television and propaganda, which I keep telling y'all is sorcery. And then they use the school systems to push this equality thought process. Your children and you are being indoctrinated to accept what? They understand they can't sustain war. So it is sorcery that is being used. And I use that word because I know y'all scared of it, but it's a real thing. These things that we're calling manipulation, oppression, this is all sorcery. That's what it really is. They're using math, science, constellations to enslave you. And because you don't believe these things, then it's easy. When I tell people that everything is connected to the constellations, they tell me I'm stunned, I'm going crazy. Okay, why? Because your Bible taught you, all while being in the astrological book, your Bible taught you to stay away from astrology. You believed it, so black folks don't deal with astrology. But I could promise you, the stars is connected, and you're stardust. So it's common sense that some kind of way, but whatever. So we got to understand. I'm rocking with what Dr. Umar is saying, because when you stop doing what we do all the time, which is personalize everything, we take everything and put it in a personal space, and then we complain, or we reach our conclusions off of how it personally affects us. That's not how you reach a conclusion. I said to my, I said, I was talking to the brothers the other day, and the brother was saying, well, we think as individuals, and we only do things for ourselves, and we only watch out for, we only care about what we got going on. And every time he said it, I said, why? Everybody think I'm being a smart ass, but no, but what I'm really saying is this right here. Why? Simple question. Ask yourself this, then we can move forward. If we would say that our people used to be kings and queens, gods and goddesses of this planet, how do you fast forward to a day and time where you could look at us and begin to even question, were we ever those people? When you see the horrible decisions we make, the drug addiction, the poverty, it's just everything so fucked up. How did we go from the height of heights to this position we're currently in? And y'all take that lightly. Do you understand what had to be done for us to we all share this complexion and convinced ourselves that we all different because of these land masses that was named by people we never met? And we go with that, and we fight and kill over this belief that we're different because somebody said so, but science doesn't say so. So somebody got you. You know how long it took to convince you that people who look exactly like you ain't got shit to do with you? Do you understand the magnitude? That's like somebody came into your house and stayed for 5 years. And at the end of the 5 years, you were completely convinced that the person who came into your house was your real family member, and everybody else there was not related to you. Think about what the fuck I just said. Somebody comes into your house, stays for 5 years. At the end of that 5 years, they have convinced you that they are your true relative and no one else in that house is related to you. This is madness. But that's what you believe. That's what you believe. The sooner we're willing to admit they got the jump on us, man down is getting ugly, the better we'll be. All right, Facebook, let's get it popping. Hold on, let me get my disclaimer in there for Facebook, because I know they're gonna get that hating. I'll try to take my shit down. All right. Okay, wait, where we at?
In the field of psychology, which I've studied for nearly 30 years, probably more than, in the field of child psychology, we are taught expressly that children don't know who they are, that children will flirt and fantasize about all types of identities that they want to assume, and that adolescence and pre-adolescence is a time for children to explore who they are becoming, not to select it. If you read the books on child development put out by white psychologists, And child development experts, it tells you children don't know who they are. And they have to go through the growing pain.
Wait, hold on, y'all. I'm finna start that one over.
In the field of psychology, which I've studied for nearly 30 years, probably more than, in the field of child psychology, we are taught expressly that children don't know who they are, that children will flirt and fantasize about all types of identities that they want to assume, and that adolescence and pre-adolescence is a time for children to explore who they are becoming, not to select it. If you read the books on child development put out by white psychologists and child development experts, it tells you children don't know who they are. And they have to go through the growing pains to find out who they are. So you want me to believe that Zion Wade, a biological boy, turned 11 or 12 years old, and all of a sudden, he's able to defy all logic and common sense as it relates to child development. And at the age of 11 or 12, he now knows as a biological preteen. He started going through this as a preteen, as a biological preteen. He's now intelligent enough and worldly enough and experienced enough to make a decision as a preteen that I don't want to have children as a man. I don't want to live as a man. And I want to spend the rest of my life as an artificial female. You are out of your mind. How can we see this as healthy? How can we see this as normal? No.
All right. Hold on, y'all. I gotta put my disclaimer up there because Facebook be taking down everything I do. All right, so now here's the thing. I completely forgot to load the clips up. But for those of you who missed the debate Saturday, I'm gonna use some of that information from my Saturday debate because it's relevant. Now, and Dr. Umar, who is a clinical psychologist, child psychologist, whatever the case may be, he just backed up what I said in the debate Saturday. From the ages of 14 to 24, or some studies say 12, between 12 and 14. So we can really say from 12 to 24 is the age where a child is the most impressionable. It's the age where they're developing a sense of self. Okay, now, you have a child. First of all children were all born female, and then later on, your sex is decided, whether you'll be a male or female, but we all start out female. So all of us have masculine, feminine energy protruding through us. So if you've ever raised kids, especially little boys, little girls too, but little boys more so, are gonna at some point do something that a little girl would do, either seeing it from his mother or seeing it from his sister or something like that, or his cousins. He's gonna do something that a little girl would do. Society now teaches you, don't try to stifle his identity and allow him to be. No. Society is purposely telling you some bullshit because they know from a psychological standpoint that a 12-year-old or 11-year-old is going to have confusing thoughts. And it starts even before that. You have to facilitate that and nurture them in the right direction and teach them. They teach you now you're not supposed to say this is for girls and this is for boys. They're a damn lie. Some things definitely are for girls and some things are for boys. The reason why, because they're nurturing two different personalities. So it's okay for little girls to play with baby dolls because the little girls are going to be nurturing. But you don't want your little boy sitting around playing with a baby doll nurturing, because that's not going to be his societal role. So stop letting these people play psychological games with you and have you confused with your parenting. No, you have the right to tell your little boy, no, that's for girls. Yeah. The prince is 6 and he tell you all the time, that's for girls, that's for boys. He got no problem with it. He got no problem with it whatsoever. So this is a game being played. And we got 2 more clips. And after these 2 clips, I'm going to show you exactly what the hell we dealing with from a scientific perspective. I ain't going to play with you tonight. I'm going to prove what we dealing with. I ain't going to pass no opinions. I'm going to prove what you're looking at with this transgender thing being promoted to our children. I'm going to prove it. So now let's go to the doc, and I see the comment section is cracking. I'm gonna try to get to it. It's just ugly up here. Okay, so now we on 4. Let me get my what you call this right here. And
You're telling me, as a black man, your job is to facilitate your biological son's wish and dream to become a woman. I know you know better than that. I know you know better than that. And Gabrielle Union, you seem extremely happy and elated to be the stepmom of this confused young man. I don't know what you went through in your life, but I have never seen a black woman so happy to push sexual confusion on a child that is not even her own biologically. Something's wrong here. We need some deep seated.
Okay, I'm gonna put that back, but let's deal with that for a second. Gabrielle Union is the stepmother. The real mother is fighting for her child back, saying she doesn't approve of this. But the stepmother took this little boy to a pride festival at the age of 11. That is child abuse and pedophilia. What is y'all doing? Why wasn't there a national outcry? That's pedophilia. You could look up the pride shit on YouTube and see there are people walking around with their privates out all over the place. It's a sexual heathen fest. They try to make it like this is a thing where they're fighting for liberation and they have the right. If you see that thing in action, it's like, wait a minute. This is what you got to do to liberate yourself? Everybody's walking around in costume, half naked, making out in public. Big, swole, muscular men is groping each other out in public and shit. This is what you took an 11-year-old child to? That's child abuse. 11-year-old shouldn't be seeing anything naked. But publicly, already this child is having a crisis with this identity, and you take them to see naked men walking around making out in public. And this is a stepmother. You can't really see it. Damn. But that's what's in the background of this cover. That's them at Pride Festival with their rainbow flags and shit, throwing up the deuces, having fun. This is a stepmother. This is fucking child abuse. But nobody cared. How is that possible? Why we don't know what we're looking at when we're looking at it? There's no way in hell that should have been legal, brother. That shouldn't be legal to do that. And now this young man has been granted the right to legally change his sex and his name. Legally. They gave the parents the award and gave them the right. And nobody's saying anything. This is child abuse. But let's go back to the thing.
You're telling me, as a black man, your job is to facilitate your biological son's wish and dream to become a woman. I know you know better than that. I know you know better than that. And Gabrielle Union, you seem extremely happy and elated to be the stepmom of this confused young man. I don't know what you went through in your life, but I have never seen a black woman so happy to push sexual confusion on a child that is not even her own biologically. Something's wrong here. We need some deep-seated African cultural therapy, because this is a cultural issue. We need some African cultural therapy. This is exactly why we cannot forget who we are. This is exactly why we can't throw away our culture. This is exactly why we cannot allow children to make adult decisions. Isn't it ironic?
Hey, we kind of already broke that down. We're going to get right into the last one because I got some more stuff. I got a lot of heat, so we got to get to this one. Come on. Wait, my fault, y'all.
Sister Gabrielle, you said, quote,
will we fight for some?
will we fight for
Or will we
some?
fight for all of our people?
Or will we fight for all of our people? Will we fight for some? Or will we fight for all of our people? Our sister Gabrielle Union begged the question during her acceptance speech. Will we fight for some? Or will we fight for all of our people? Let me answer that, my beautiful African sister. We fight for all of our people. We fight for their right to live. We fight for their right to work. We fight for their right to get an education. We fight for their right to have a decent life. We fight for their right to practice their African culture and their customs. We fight for their right to be protected from violence. We do not fight for the right of children to transform themselves into the opposite sex. We don't fight for that. We don't fight for that. And what you're not going to do, Gabrielle Union, NAACP, Dwayne Wade, or anybody else, is try to equate the fight for black equality and survival with an acceptance for transgenderism amongst children who have no business making those decisions in the first place. You have lost your mind if you think we're going to sit by and let you eclipse all of the real problems we have as black people in this country right now. We are catching hell in every area possible, and you think you're going to pull the Barack Obama.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He said, you ain't pulling the Barack Obama. Ain't no pulling the Barack Obama. A lot of y'all like Barack, man. You know, it is what it is. Okay, so now we super cooking. Please hit the like. Please hit the share. If you haven't already, tell your people to get in here and let's get it. Now, look. Excuse me. Okay, so now here's the thing. What I was just telling y'all about with the Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter shit, or I shouldn't say shit, movement. That's a co-op, like he just said. So y'all forget something. Gabrielle Union is an actress. A basketball player is an actor. A lot of that shit is staged. So it's easy for them to conjure up these emotions out of you all, with y'all thinking that they're really passionate about these things, this, that, and the third. No. How come we haven't noticed how many celebrities have children that are into the whole homosexual, LGBTQ, transgender thing. Quite a few. See, we hear child sacrifice and we think it means holding the baby over a pentagram with a guy with a goat's mask on. Not necessarily. Look at the Smith children. The son became the daughter became the son. Look at Madonna. These things are here for a reason. I don't want anybody to say that I'm saying anything. I'm just pointing fingers in directions. Make of it what you will. But what we have to understand is everything you see is a scripted agenda. If you were in control of something so powerful, would you leave so much to chance? All the things that y'all think are natural, would you leave that to chance if you were in control? No, you wouldn't. You don't leave shit to chance now in your household. Your wife can't do shit. You're looking at her like this, side eye. But the world is a stage. Everybody plays a part. What's your role? There's one more thing. Let's look at Gabrielle Union. What's this? What's her name? Condoleezza. I have never liked her, but lately she be saying some shit. So whatever.
Have you ever seen the Will Ferrell movie, The Campaign? It is a favorite for me and my husband because it's hilarious. It's hyperbolic, but also not hyperbolic. And there is a scene where the politician is basically going from town to town, and basically he inserts any group and he says, are the backbone of this great nation, and it gets more and more obscure. Like he'll say, disabled Asian minors are the backbone of this great country. And that's kind of real life, right? People are getting more and more obscure and pretending that we're having all of these different fights, but it's only when they get political. When they get political, they just say stuff that's obviously not true. They're battles that we're not facing as everyday Americans, but they hope that if they say it, you'll just believe them. And so is the case for Gabrielle Union, who gave a speech yesterday. Her and Dwayne Wade, her husband, were invited to the NAACP Image Awards and honored for their LGBTQ community support. Now, why were they honored? Because they have a son. His name was Zion, and he changed his name legally to Zaya and is now legally recognized as a young girl. He's not a young girl. He is obviously a boy. And they have basically made Zion their special project. They take him to Pride events. He's making out with his boyfriend on Instagram. They're very proud of this blatant display of perversity. So, of course, because we live in a society where the media applauds child abuse and says, yes, we love that you're abusing your child openly on Instagram. Let's give you an award. They did just that. They received an award from the NAACP Image Awards. And what you're going to hear Gabrielle Union say, first and foremost, it's very bizarre how aggressive she's acting. But what you're going to hear her say belongs in the campaign. Again, battles that we are not facing in this society. But don't take my word for it. Take hers. Take a listen.
Let's just name a couple hard truths. First, the intersection of Black rights and the rights of the LGBTQIA, trans, and gender nonconforming people continues to be rough. That's a huge understatement. Even as we demand equality at the top of our lungs, we consistently fail to extend our advocacy to protect some of our most vulnerable among us. And I guess. And second, Black trans people are being targeted, terrorized, and hunted in this country. Every day, everywhere. And there's rarely a whisper about it.
I love how first the applause is roarious, and then she's like, Black trans people are being hunted, and everyone's like, yeah, we gotta clap because we're at the award ceremony, but where are Black trans people being hunted? I don't know. Where does she live? I'm gonna assume probably not even near Black people because it's Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. They definitely live in an all-white neighborhood. There definitely are no Black Americans being hunted, full stop. let alone black trans people being hunted. Like, who's jumping on a horse and going to hunt a black trans person? Please show me the neighborhood. I need to actually see this. She's just saying stuff. This is what I'm talking about. You just have to call this out when you see it. She's just saying stuff, and she thinks the more absurd and the stronger the language is that she uses, people will bite, right? So you just start saying, like, and the black trans population, they're starving, they are being hunted, they are being mutilated. None of this is true. It's almost the exact opposite. They're being celebrated, so much so that you are receiving an award at the NAACP Image Awards, and you are being applauded by people that actually think you're pretty stupid and you're making no sense, but they know that they are there and they therefore must applaud. So again, this is an example of what's happening in our society, where we are just routinely telling people who I personally believe should be facing small stints in prison, people that abuse their children, like Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are doing to this young boy who is going to waste his entire life pursuing something that can never be. It is imaginary. It is a childlike dream. It's not even a childlike dream, because children don't wish to mutilate their bodies and do these sorts of things. It's a nightmare, right? It's a childlike nightmare to believe that you can change your gender, right? And yet they are buying into this, so much so that they are becoming the face of this on Instagram. They're allowing young Zion to walk fashion shows, playing pretend, until one day Zion's going to wake up and he's going to say, this has been a game. This has been one long Halloween skit. This has been me playing dress up for a very long time. And I ruined my entire life and potentially my entire body, because he's going to go further. And he's going to start getting procedures and surgeries. And if he's not already taking hormone blockers, and these are things that we know cannot be reversed. So pray for Zion that his mother somehow gets custody, because I know that his biological mother, which Gabrielle Union is not, has been fighting Dwayne Wade in the courts, accusing Dwayne Wade of exploiting her child, and she is corrected. It's sad that the American court system is not honoring her with that correctness. It's backwards. All right, guys, you know how this works. The next portion of the show is going to be available exclusively on Daily Wire Plus. I'm going to be reading your comments plus answering your questions.
All right. So let's look at it this way. If it were not for this popularity with the transgender towel, who would give a shit about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade? He's a fallen player. She's a fallen actress. They have no spotlight. No one cares. But now they're getting one of the highest honors in Black society. See, I don't think y'all understand that. In this country, the NAACP Image Awards is one of the highest honors that a Black person could get. And they gave it to two fell-off ass celebrities because they're raising their boy to be a girl. Right. So now, I don't really even care about Condoleezza Rice. And actually, after watching that, I care about her even less, because here's another part that we have to think about. Who wrote that shit she write? Who wrote that shit she read? Because somebody wrote that for her. So look how this thing works. On one end, we hold you up high and promote you. On the other end, we're going to shoot shots at you and tear you down. Remember from the debate Saturday, somebody took the two biggest rival radio stations in New York and bought both of them. So they're fighting for ratings. Wink, wink. It's always control opposition in this country. That's what you're always dealing with, control opposition. So you're going to frequently see them on both sides of whatever the problem is. So now, look at what they're doing to our children. Watch this. Let me explain to y'all what we really just looked at. This is what we just looked at. Delusional disorder. Delusions are the main symptom of delusional disorder. They're unshakable beliefs in something that isn't true or based on reality. That's called delusional disorder. Unshakable beliefs in something that isn't true or based in reality. If you're born a boy, You cannot be a girl. I don't care what anyone tells you. You can't. You can take hormone blockers and you can be medicated for the rest of your life and you can augment your body. You can do all of this. But you were born a boy. So you, for the rest of your life, have to do things to keep yourself in this womanly state. Meanwhile, women are just born women and they live as women. So this is not natural. And you're supporting something. And once you get the Image Award for it, you just put that in every black household in America. Types of delusions. Let's really cook. Delusions come in many forms, but they all have one thing in common. The people affected by them can't be convinced that something they believe isn't true. Those unshakable beliefs are different from person to person and affect different parts of their lives. Delusions can be a symptom of psychotic disorder like schizophrenia, or they can be the only mental health issue a person has. When that's the case, it's called delusional disorder. With delusional disorder, the person has an untrue ideal experience or memory and believes that the delusion is, I can't even read the bottom of it. Oh my goodness. A person has an untrue ideal experience or memory and believes that delusion. What are we doing? By definition, not because I say so, but by definition, the definitions that they give us, transgenderism is delusional disorder. Take it out of the personal space where you got it. Fuck what they told you and listen to the definition. Fuck what they talking about. Listen to the definition of delusional disorder. You have a boy that has been convinced and convinced himself that he is a girl. Born a boy, now convinced that he's a girl. Delusions are the main symptom of delusional disorder. They're unshakable beliefs in something that isn't true or based on reality. Bro, if you're born a boy, you wanting to be a girl is not true or based in reality. That means by definition, if you are transgender, you have a delusional disorder. I'm not bagging on nobody. Do what you choose. But you just heard the fucking definition. And look what they're pitching to us. Caitlyn Jenner. Women, y'all not pissed off that they gave a man the Woman of the Year award? Y'all should be peeved. They gave a man the Woman of the Year award. The Arthur Ashe Courage Award for pretending to be y'all. They're giving people awards for pretending to replace you, and you don't have a problem with that. Men are on the down low cheating on their wives to be with other men who dress like women. So society has pushed this narrative so much that they are replacing women. And now they have found a way for these men to carry babies full term. And y'all don't have a problem with this? So they're going to, and then they're teaching you that your place is not in the bedroom and nurturing kids, it's in the workplace. So now you're developing this dog eat dog mentality going for the money, and you have no desire to have children. And now the men are putting on your dresses and say, hey, well, since y'all don't want to have the babies, we'll have them now. What the fuck are we doing? Something's terribly fucking wrong here, and it ain't me. I'm trying to keep the comment section. Y'all cracking. I don't even know what's going on. Everybody, peace to everybody in the building. Peace to all the queens and the kings. Yahoo to everybody. And let me get back to where the fuck I was going, because I was finna say something and y'all gonna make me forget. All right, wait, hold on. I had something else for y'all. I'll be back in a second. I had something else for y'all. Oh, wait a minute. We gotta kind of say that. Do we gotta kind of say that? I'm finna come with it now. So now here's the thing. How do you see something so prevalent right in front of you and not understand what you're looking at? The woman just said right there in front of millions of viewers that black transgenders are being hunted down. And y'all hear shit like that, and y'all sit in y'all living room and shake y'all head like, man, that shit ain't fair, dog. They got the right to be them. Shut the fuck up. Nobody hunt down no damn trans. Where? It's the most protected group in America right now. The LGBTQ. You better not touch one of the people with them goddamn letters behind that name. Your ass gonna get life. It's the most protected group in America. Who the fuck hunting them down? When? Ain't nobody hunting down transgender people since the 80s. What the fuck is they talking about? It's the richest group in America and the most protected group in America. What are you talking about? The LGBTQ is the biggest, hands down. It's not even close. It's the biggest movement in America. So who the fuck is hunting them down? And why y'all let that old crooked face ass get up there and tell that lie? She's squinting her eyes and making all look like this ain't no fucking Hollywood movie. She doing all y'all forget she's an actress. Think. She making all them facial expressions and giving you all that fake ass passion. That shit was, she reading off the fucking teleprompter, man. These people be killing me. It's not a real thing. And that's what y'all get so caught up in the moment with these people that they don't give a fuck about you. Just like old girl said. How the fuck would you know if black anything was getting hunted down when you don't live around black people? It's not like she checking the news to see what's going on. Your son is fucking rich as shit. Nobody's hunting him down. He probably the most popular motherfucker at his school. He's filthy rich and he's a black boy in a dress. Hands down, he runs shit at school. The fuck are you talking about? You've never seen any transgender people get hunted down and attacked. It's impossible. You've been rich for 40 goddamn years. But y'all don't say shit when y'all hear this shit. You just allow people to say and do any fucking thing in the name of us. They just had a whole fucking show where they basically took all the last 50 years of accomplishments and poured it down the toilet. You can't see every famous black actor that you can name has put on a dress in a movie. And coincidentally, now the number one movement in America is black men in dresses. And you don't see how this happened? Like, I don't understand how we, like people really argue this fact that 10 years ago, a black man coming outside anywhere in a dress, you better be able to fight. But for the last 20 years, they have fed us all of our top black celebrities. Well, they've been doing it for the last 50, 60 years. Because Flip Wilson did it first. With the only black improv show on television. The number one show in America. Flip Wilson put on a damn dress and entertained white folk and black folks. And y'all accepted it. And ever since then, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence, every fucking body you could think of. The only person you ain't seen in a dress is Cat Williams. That's it. But he played our favorite pimp and womanizer, so, I mean, he's got his contributions, but I don't gonna take nothing away from him. He's the only person we haven't seen on the movie screen with a dress on. Everybody else you could think of put it on. And as a result, you're looking at a black society where it's popular for black men to wear dresses. And we're so fucking far gone that we simply can't make the connection. We will literally argue amongst each other whether Hollywood or the rappers had anything to do with dresses being popular. That is the fucking weirdest shit ever. Of course they had something to do with it. Okay, listen. If it wasn't going to make black men wearing dresses okay, then why did they do it? See, y'all got this existence where y'all just do shit for the fuck of it, so you think everybody else do. So just pay attention. I got Wesley Snipes. He's made his career as an action hero. We got Blade, we got Knives, we got the best vampire slayer we ever seen. He made his living off whooping ass. What was the need to put him in a dress? Your number one black actor. He's making you money off masculinity. To put him in a dress in a movie, you're taking a gamble on him losing that macho image and he might fall off. So why take the risk, Hollywood? Cat Williams. Kevin Hart told us it's silly to wear a dress. He would never do it. You got to know where to draw the line. And then he put it on a year later. Nick Cannon didn't wear the dress. What is so a big deal about getting black men to wear dresses on a movie screen or on a stage in front of thousands of people? And somehow, tonight we keeping it real. You're so fucking lazy-minded that you convinced yourself that there's no connection. That there's no connection between $1 million, a $300 million movie paying an actor $20 million to wear a dress. Why is that so important? Why would I pay you $10 million to wear a dress and you're an action star? Why would I take two of the biggest celebrities in Hollywood and make them do white chicks? Oh, let me guess. Y'all think that was their idea. It's just sad that we can't connect simple fucking dots. So let me explain something to you. Let me explain probability to you. If you have 20 top black actors and 19 of them put the dress on, the one who didn't put the dress on did worse than any other comedian you can think of. The one who didn't put the dress on. But that's not the point. You think that those 19 guys that wore the dress performing in front of thousands and on a television screen, you have convinced yourself that those 19 people don't have a fucking thing to do with the fact that 20 years later, it's one of the number one fashion for black men. You convinced yourself that there's no connection. You convinced yourself that as Hollywood was fitting black men for dresses on big screen, that nowhere in the back of their mind was it going to turn into what you see now. I didn't think of it. I should have. I slipped. But I'm going to show you. Matter of fact, that's the next TikTok I'm going to do. And I'm going to show it to y'all next week. I'm going to show you the Queen Mother, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, telling us in the late 80s, early 90s that the white man predicted to have the black man in a dress 100 years ago. Did you hear what I just said? Over 100 years ago, maybe 200 years ago, the white man, Jim Crow, which really was not the real person, Johann Blumenbach, look him up. That's the real Jim Crow. Jim Crow is a fictional character. Johann Blumenbach is the real guy. And he said he's going to have the black man in a dress by the 2000s. Well, I'll fucking be your huckleberry. You Negroes got on dresses and you're proud of it. You got rappers on stage performing in a dress, talking about it's a kilt. You're not from Scotland. Shut up. All these things happen right in front of you. And you too busy doing you to pay attention or give a fuck about any of it. And there lies the problem. They're not doing this shit for nothing. This ain't no fucking accident. Now, this is how manipulation works. Kanye West said he don't want his daughter on TikTok. He made a big deal about it. And since y'all think he crazy, frequently he get doped up and not listened to. And well, maybe this is why he didn't want his daughter on TikTok.
He said I'm good enough, cover my third.
Wait, hold on.
He said I'm good enough, cover my third. Think about shit that I shouldn't have. So I tell him it's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me. Like that boy is a cat. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, bet he blowing her back. Think about me, cause he know that it's fat.
Y'all love this rap music, huh? Now you see what your kids doing when you're not looking? You ain't exist. This is exactly what the fuck your children do when you're not looking. You just ain't found the account they using yet. They do the same shit. I bet you $1,000 to a bag of shit. You got a child right now. Somebody watching me right now got a child somewhere that got a video like this that your ass ain't seen. It's time to start going through the phones and giving a fuck. It's time to start checking the tablet, putting restrictions on it. Why do these girls at her age even know this song? Because I don't play like that with the Prince. But these are the games y'all play because you tricked yourself and convinced yourself music don't affect us. From a scientific aspect, music, the negative words that come out of the music hit your prefrontal cortex. That's your cognitive aspect of your brain, right there in the front on the top, right here. That's where all your decision making takes place. That's where your identity is at. That's where you figure things out at. The cognitive aspect of your brain, the prefrontal cortex. That's exactly where rap music hits. I told you, the God frequency is 3.4 megahertz. They switched it to 4.4. Why? The 3.4 was called the God frequency. 4.4, why? because I keep telling y'all 4 and 4 is 8. 8 is synonymous with death and recycling of life. That's why it's the 808 drum. That's where your bass is coming from. So you got the 8s with the bass, then you got the 8s with the rhythm. That's why these beats drive us to do all of this shit. That's why as soon as the beat come on, it take you over. This is sorcery. You don't have to believe me. You just have to study. Don't take things that I say that you don't understand and dismiss them as I'm tripping. Take them as some, ooh, that's wild. Let me look into it. And then you'll see. I don't just be saying this shit just so I could impress y'all. I say this shit so you can take it home and learn and figure it out and say, oh, the guy was on point or the guy was off. I'm talking about. But you got to go somewhere and try to figure this thing out. Because children know that they're not supposed, she knows she's not supposed to be doing that. So what makes her want to is the beat hitter. And plus all her friends at school is doing it. See, this is the problem. This is what y'all not paying attention to. Something's being done to your children and you're too fucking lazy to look into it because you think this is the way it's supposed to be. Who said this is the way it's supposed to be? Who said your kids are supposed to be failing more than everybody else? Who says that your race is supposed to have less than everybody else? Who says that you're supposed to be so fucking far behind the curve, the only thing that interests you is fucking and fighting on each other? Who told you these things are the way it's supposed to be? They did, and you believed it.
This is bullshit.
Oh, wait. Is that the one? Yeah, okay. Now y'all watch this. Let me show you how lousy these fucking people are. Hit the like, hit the share. Please hit the like, please hit the share. Let me show you how lousy these fucking people are. Watch this. Wait, where'd they go? Okay, here we go.
This is bullshit. We know it, all right? We do not need to be having literature that's showing boys how to suck.
I'm a 6th grader. I was in the library. This book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. It reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both fucking terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
So that's my son.
Okay.
11 years old. I don't care whether it's gay, straight, bisexual, whatever the terms are for all this stuff, doesn't need to be at our school. As far as genderqueer.
Hey, do y'all see what the fuck I'm talking about? Do y'all see what the fuck I'm talking about? That book was implanted in there into the library intentionally. For anybody who's finna say some sucker shit like it might have got there on accident, the way you know it didn't get there on accident, because, like, first of all, that's a hell of an accident. But second of all, on the way out, the librarian offered, do you want a subscription to this shit? And do you want a more graphic version? So that's fishing. They fishing. They put that book there. That's the little bait. See who gonna take it. Whoever take the bait and keep it quiet, that's the one. Why was that there? And why is that teacher not fired? Why is this not the first incident of that? Why do we have the transgender teacher that was making pamphlets and secretly teaching this to the kids? But you want us to not identify the transgender people with the weird shit. So how come every time we open this space over here with the transgender thing, some kind of way our children get involved? If grown-ass men want to wear dresses and fondle each other, fine. Why the fuck do our children always somehow get involved when this innocent thing comes to play? And I'm not pointing any fingers at anyone other than who the fuck I'm pointing them at. Hit dog holler. So if you take offense to anything I'm saying, you probably the weirdo I'm speaking about. This shit is unfucking acceptable. They are targeting our children for mutilation. They want you to change your sex. They want young men to want to be women. This is a facade that ends like look how they fed all those beautiful black women that BBL fantasy. And everybody rushed out to go get bigger butts, which is the most superficial fucking thing you could get. Just so y'all know, that is so fucking shallow, it's ridiculous. Now, I know y'all gonna get mad at me. Y'all got a lot of reasons. I'm doing it for self-esteem and I got the right to... No. If you've become so disorientated with reality that you're looking at your butt as something that has to be augmented for you to feel better, something's wrong there. We have a quick fix society. People get overweight and want to go get a tummy tuck. Get your ass to Planet Fitness. It's $10 a month. Planet Fitness costs $10 a month. You will pay a couple $1,000 for a tummy tuck? Take your ass to the gym. Breasts not big enough. I want them bigger. For what? What do you want to... And then we women convince themselves of the bullshit that I'm doing it for me. No woman has ever got bigger titties for her. I don't care what you say, I'll argue it. No woman has ever got her ass fatter for her. That's like me telling you, I took the Viagra for me. No, it's not to keep my penis hard and make it long. It's just because I feel better when it's hard. Come on, bro. This is the delusional mind state that we live in, where we just say any fucking thing that makes us feel better without really putting thought into it. Meanwhile, we run around like mindless wonders, and the rest of the world is looking at us and laughing. Black women leaving the country, going all over the place to get bigger asses and tits. Why? That's fucking weird. And since I'm the only one that's going to say it, because the rest of y'all like filling on those hard ass tits, it's weird. Everything about you is the way it is because you came to this planet for a purpose. Anything you don't like, you can fix naturally. But to go to foreign countries, sit in laboratories with men with 17 letters in their name and let them put you to sleep and put you under the knife and all that, what the fuck are we doing? And now, lo and behold, Queens is going back to the same foreign country, finding the same shady ass doctor to take it out. Take it out? What is a I can't even get it out. What does a deflated booty look like? Like what? I don't understand. Like, what happens now? I'm kind of worried for y'all. I don't give a shit. But like, what happens? This shit is weird beyond weird, bro. And if somebody say that, then it turns into a whole thing. Well, y'all need to know the shit's weird. But there's a thing going on, and we're not happy with self because we don't understand self. So we gravitate to all the things that don't matter. When a man wants to feel better about himself, he put 5 chains on and 3 rings on his finger. And then he walk out and step in front of you. And that is supposed to mean something. And it does. Soon as you see it, you and your BBL get excited. Everything is fake right now. Even though the jewelry could be real, but it's fake because it's shallow. Just as shallow as you need a bigger butt. These are insecure traps. 1 chain wasn't enough. Now we got to put 5 of them on. Fuck showing you I'm having money. I got to show you I'm having money. And then what? 2 months later, you be on the internet talking about all these bitches just want the money, man. Shit. You same guys that flash all your gold chains and your fancy cars. You the same Negroes that posting that no man can ever really be loved without a car, some money, a bank. Shut the fuck up. That's all you ever showed. All you ever showed us is that you get money. And now you're complaining that people are only with you because you get money. That's how you wanted them to see in the first fucking place. But these are games we play with each other's intellect because we're confused. The confusion is confusing. You're being manipulated at a level higher than normal comprehension because there's science involved. And when science get involved, we get mentally lazy because we don't want to dig deep. But you're kidding yourself if you think the way you're living has nothing to do with the people who put you here. That's absurd for you to think that a system abducted you and brought you to foreign land or abducted you on your own land and there wasn't a system put in place to forever keep you subservient. Who would do that? If I abduct you and keep you close to me, it's because I know you ain't going to do shit. Because whatever I got planned won't allow you to. Nobody trusts someone they've wronged enough to let them stay there. Nobody will do a home invasion and then move in and let you stay. My guy was in the hallway shooting dice. It's back when we was youngsters. And he was sitting on the steps. One of the brothers got mad about the dice game. They got into an argument. He pulled out his pistol, said he was going to woo up the band. My partner come up off the steps, picked him up off his feet, slammed him all up on his neck, roughed him up and everything. Then helped him up, gave him his gun back, gave him a ride home in the back seat. You think he would have did that if he thought he could get his brains blowed out? No, he did it because he knew Buddy in the back wasn't going to do shit. They treat you the way they treat you because they know Buddy in the back ain't going to do shit. Not because it's equal and it's fair. And no. You're purposely kept where you're kept because you could be. And until you show that you can't be, until you show that you're not fit to be positioned how you are, you'll continue to be positioned this way and you'll be lied to. And you'll keep thinking that the lie is reality. You'll be lied to. Why would these fuckers ever tell you the truth? You're delusional. Everything you've ever learned is a lie. Soon as you're man enough or woman enough to admit that, then the game begins. Until then, you're just stuck in fucking la-la land.
This is bullshit. We know it, all right? We do not need to be having literature that's showing boys how to suck.
I'm a 6th grader.
That's all we got to say. Knowledge is the only real power, and information is the only real currency. I love y'all. I'm gone.